Hey, mysterious fellows. Ready for today's story? Get cozy and be ready for the odd adventure ahead. See you on the other side. The Watcher, a dark, empty street. The faint sound of a clock ticking echoed. A street light flickered outside in the distance. Have you ever felt like someone was watching you? That nagging sensation in the back of your mind. That no matter where you go and you can never quite escape the feeling that someone or something is there. In a dimly lit room, a girl, Lila, in her early 20s, was sitting at a desk, scrolling through her phone. The only light came from the glow of the screen, casted shadows around the room. Lila had always been a skeptic. She didn't believe in ghosts, demons, or anything that went bump in the night, but she didn't count on the shadows. Suddenly, a faint whisper is heard, barely audible. Lila glanced around, confused, and then shrugged it off as she returned to her phone. At first, it was just a soft whisper, barely audible. She thought it was the wind, or maybe the old house settling. But the whispers grew louder, now clearer. Lila's face remained blank as she continued to scroll, oblivious. "Lila," said a lingering whisper, distorted, growing louder. Lila froze, her eyes flicking around the room. Her phone screen suddenly flashed a strange notification, a chilling message. "Look behind you." One she never expected. It was as if the room itself was watching her. She looked up, slowly turning her head. Lila slowly looked over her shoulder. The empty room behind her was bathed in shadows. Nothing seemed out of place. Empty. Nothing. But the whispers. They were still there, circling her like a predator. Lila exhaled, trying to rationalize her fears, her nerves slightly calmed. She turned back to her phone and resumed scrolling. Convinced it was nothing, she continued. But the whisper wasn't finished. The whisper grew louder again, more insistent. "Lila." Lila dropped her phone, her hand trembling as it hit the floor. The screen flickered briefly, casting odd, distorted shadows on her face. Her expression changed to one of dread. But soon it wasn't just the whispers. It was the shadows. Lila's terrified eyes scanned the far corner of the room where a dark shape shifted across the wall. Dark shapes moving when she wasn't looking directly at them, but in their search. Just out of sight. Waiting. Watching. But there. Lila stood up abruptly, eyes darting around the room. She slowly turned towards the corner where she saw the movement. Shadows don't play tricks. They just wait for you to see them. There was a linger in the corner. A faint silhouette begun to take shape, a figure emerging from the darkness. Lila's breath caught in her throat. And when they move, you can't unsee them. The shadowy figure begins to approach, slowly, as if drawn toward her. Its whisper grew louder, forming words. "Lila, come closer," said a low growl. Lila stumbled backward, knocking over a lamp. The room got pitch black, plunging her into total darkness. The whispers became deafening, surrounding her from every direction. And when the shadows grow louder, it's already too late. She couldn't escape. She couldn't hide. A pale, cold hand shot out from the darkness, gripping Lila's wrist tightly. Her scream now muffled as the room shakes violently, only her terrified face in a blur visible. When the shadows finally call your name, you have no choice but to answer. Sometimes the shadows aren't just behind you. Sometimes they want you to join them. And when the room stopped shaking, Lila's phone lay abandoned on the floor. The screen flickered one last time, displaying the chilling message. "She's here. Are you sure you're alone? Look around. You might not be." The end. What do you think happened? And let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check the shadows. Stay mysterious. Goodbye.